Dan, been a long time.
Long time between drinks, mate.
It has. Last time I spoke, you were heading off to Spain for the bare knuckle, and you're going to talk to Conor.
Yeah, pretty wild event. Yeah, I kind of had a heads up he was getting himself in some heat, so I knew that probably wasn't going to come through. But you know, it's that fight's a good fight. It's always there. He's still like a big draw, I guess.
Tell us a little bit about you went and cornered for.
Yeah, just a friend of mine, Oscar Willis. He was having he decided his first boxing fight will be a bare knuckle boxing fight. He's obviously in the media. He runs like the Mac Life, which is Conor McGregor's social media kind of stuff and YouTube. And so he was fighting like another media guy, bare knuckle. So I agreed to go over and corner him and help him out with that. And yeah, flew to Spain, to Marbella, Spain, which is like a holiday spot in Spain by the beach, beautiful place. And we went to the bare knuckle event, and it's just a crazy live event, like in terms of like fight shows, live events, and in terms of entertainment value. Like I mean, like they had like the music, the lights, the tables, you know, the everyone's dressed flash, like it was like a crazy, and it was in a bullfight arena in Spain, so it was like kind of like a Coliseum vibe, big open air venue, like it was just, the whole thing was just madness. The whole thing was madness. Oh, I think it only would have held like 4,000 or 5,000, but mainly like VIP tables and stuff like that. Like it was yeah, I'm just saying, like entertainment wise, like it's crazy. As a fighter, absolute meat grinder, like probably not the smartest idea in the world, but as a fan sitting there watching it, like crazy, like they just churn the fights out, like fight in, out, next, like no post-fight interviews, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like they just churn, it's just a meat grinder.
How many fights on the night?
There would have been a few, I think like 12 fights on the night, and they just like blow them out back to back. Like it's pretty crazy, like being out back down there. Like it's you just see people on the other side of it come back and their faces are hanging off, and yeah, there's the guys like warming up. There's the guys warming up before they go out, and they're just the people. Then an ambulance comes flying past, and then another fight goes out, and then you see there's like eight ambulance staff with a stretcher like come running down. A guy comes back covered in blood. Like it was like yeah, it's like shit I'm used to, but like if that was your first event, like you'd absolutely be shitting yourself.
Did you go the distance? Or?
Yeah. Like that's the worst, bro. The main event, that was probably like the most wild. That was like a wild fight. They had like the lightweight title on the line. There's a lot of animosity like coming into these boys are push and shove at the weigh-ins and stuff like that, and they just brutalized each other. In it's like 5 minutes. Yeah. They weren't looking pretty. There's no after party for these boys.
Wow. And did you get to talk to Conor at all? Did you?
Yeah, I did. Got to talk. Yeah, just like had a like he's just larger than life, bro. Like he's not. I don't know. He's like just a celebrity. He's like what people expect from him. He's got so much stuff going on. I don't know. I have no idea how he would be able to like, you know, he's got now energy drinks, beers, and this, and like he's just got movies and like stuff coming out. To pause that all for whatever 3-4 months and do a training camp, like the guy would lose more money than he'd make. Like I can't see how that machine would pause and you would be able to train. You know what I mean? I just think
concentrate.
He
so
can't.
Much going on.
Yeah. You couldn't. You could. It's too big. Like all of that stuff is just too big to.
I heard at the weekend he's just gone into some 4 billion music thing or something.
Yeah, that's it. Like after that was it. Like after bare knuckle, like they had Exhibit play, Dizzy Rascal play, Kodak Black play. So there was a concert after the bare knuckle, like wild, and we like snuck our way onto the stage. Like that's how we got in there. We like just had a couple of beers, and then we were like, oh, I wonder if we can get past here. Like we used Oscar to get past one because he'd been a fighter, so we got our back, and then we were like, I wonder if we would just walk down the stage, like, and we walk up on the stage, and then we were like. Should we try it? Like, yeah, we'll try it. Like, we just like walk down the stage and we're like, wonder if we can get in the ring. We go, well, we'll just do it, eh? Like, yeah, we just like full, like, it's not like anyone was like, hey, Dan, you want to come jump in the ring and dance around? Like, nah, we just full snuck into the ring. And then next thing, like, Conor McGregor standing there, we're like, oh, what's up, bro? Like, yeah, sneak.
Oh,
a good old fashioned Kiwi sneak our way in, bro.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. So it'd be a bit hard coming back to reality.
Oh nah, sick of it, bro. Sick of traveling. Sick of because we obviously did Vegas, did Aaron's fight. Went to the Sphere card, and then had a little bit of a holiday, and then went to Spain, and then so I'm pretty happy to not get on a plane for a while, to be honest. Been laying low.
So, what have we got to look forward to with Dan the Hand?
Yeah, not till next year, obviously. So I got a baby due February 10th, and then UFC Sydney's February 9th. So cannot do, brother. I said I'm more scared of my wife than I am of the UFC. So the shit out of luck. So, and it doesn't look like anything's going to happen anytime before that. Like I said, I would be keen to fight like January or after February. So January or March I could do. Doesn't look like anything's going to come together for January. So that kind of leaves, that leaves, like, I'll just be able to get it going for March.
Yesterday we saw Carlos have another good one.
Yeah. Oh man, like it's just like the every time you step up in competition, the gap in skill set becomes like a little bit smaller, and that's all it is. Like, I feel like it was like a unanimous decision victory, like a dominant win against a very skilled and dangerous opponent who's been competing at the high level. I think, bro, it was like 2018 when this guy fought for a world title, and he's been fighting and he's still in the top 10, fighting at the top echelon. And Carlos was able to beat him quite convincingly. So it just proves his thing. Title shot or one more next, like another big name. And I'd say would see Carlos fighting for a title for sure.
Just looking ahead to next year, because we're getting close to Christmas now. Kai, he'd be another one aiming for a title shot.
Yeah, the old boys are all getting ready, bro. Yeah. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. All the boys are in the top 10, or top 5, positioning themselves for title shots, which is pretty crazy. Carlos, Kai, and myself. So we're excited for a real big year. Yeah. Is he? I don't know if there's that common knowledge.
What do you envisage for how many new fighters can you see coming from CKB into the UFC next year? If you were UFC and you looked at CKB, how many fighters could you take?
Oh, I'd say anything, bro. Like it comes in waves, it comes in cycles. Like you send a new wave in, you need to load up the next wave and coming from it. But like the level of talent and the young guys coming in is crazy. But they're just now getting their experience and stuff like that. So they're just building and growing. So I'd say they're just turning pro or just had a couple of pro fights. So yeah, there's obviously the next wave coming, but it's gotta. Yeah, you gotta cook it right, T. You gotta get let it simmer for a bit. You know what I mean? You can't just keep throw it on there too early.
What does Dan Hooker do over Christmas?
I'll be gearing up to train. Yeah. I'll just put a family time and gearing up to train. The machine here doesn't really stop. We'll train right through Christmas and stuff like that, and I'll be getting ready for next year and getting everything set and locked in and loaded to go to March. Cool.
Just before we let you go, I know you've been jet setting all around the world and shaking hands with the rich and famous, but I was in my hometown of Riverton which is right down the bottom of the South Island. Don't know if you've ever been there. And we didn't realise it was Halloween, and we got a knock on the door and didn't know anybody would know that we were there. But 3 young fellas come along, and my wife Robin was talking to them, and they were talking about sport and things like that, and got onto the UFC. And one of them, Jesse, wee fella, 13 I think he was, he said, "Do you know Dan Hooker?" And Robin said, "Yes, I know Dan Hooker." And he gave her a hug and said, "Well, you give Dan Hooker a big hug for me." So
we got to ask Robin. Get over there, Robin.
Give him a big hug.
Big hug from
Jesse and Riverton.
Jesse and Riverton.
And his friends.
The boys.
Yeah, so you're famous everywhere, including Riverton.
Just there.
Thanks for that. I knew you'd do that.
No boys.
Yeah.